In a world where two friends decided to watch movies from their youth, then decided to start a podcast about it, we present to you the Movie Test of Time. A podcast about the only medium that matters, the movies. Presenting your hosts, America's sweetheart, Beth Martin, and Irish ruffian, Andy Young. Hello, that's us, your rebellious and encouraging hosts, this week looking at Dazed and Confused. Beth, a pleasure as always. What's the crack?
What's up, dude? So...
What's up,
bro? FIFA's in the United States.
Yeah.
So, I'm being stalked by my children. Not really, but like,
Okay.
They're starting to kind of... They think this podcast is really cool.
Okay.
And they're like, I'm like, I was talking about something, and they know that we have like certain aspects of our podcast that are amazing, like Andy's animal acting words for excellence in animal acting, and or moments of joy. And my daughter was like, "What's your joy for this week?" And I was like, "Ugh," kind of like when you ask me.
Sure.
And, so I told her, because I don't want to spoil it, I'm not going to tell you yet, but she was like, it wasn't about my dance performance. And I feel like, yeah, I know. I've got like the watchers on the wall here. So, yeah. So
They're keeping you honest.
they are, I guess. But it's also,
Yeah.
I had to explain that I'm trying to find joy in myself and not so much in like
External things.
My stage mom, right? Because now she's going to be a professional dancer. I'm kidding. Please God.
I mean, nearly everything, all of my joy is nearly exclusively product.
That's what I was like. I was like, I don't talk about you guys. Like, every moment with you is joyful, obviously. And
Exactly.
I was like, sometimes Andy just talks about like the video games or the movies that he likes.
I mean,
and that makes it so easy for me to be like as basic as I can possibly be. Because there's so much pressure. But also like, I'm working in therapy to find my own validation and my own joy outside of my children. And it's like, I can't tell her that. So, because she'd be like, why?
What?
I know.
Yeah, I mean...
Okay, so Harper had a dance performance. It's not my moment of joy, but I'm talking about it. She's worked her ass off for like 9 months. 9 months. I was like, not really. It's like an hour. It's 45 minutes once a week. But for 9 months, that's a commitment. She's doing a musical She did a musical theater performance of Dancing Through Life from Wicked. I know everyone's surprised knowing her. It was great. She had this little like dress. It was green. They did the thing. They danced. I did the stage makeup, which I don't know. Did you do plays? Have you done stage makeup?
Not really. We did it. We still did musicals. I did one musical in like lower sixth, upper sixth, or something like, which is the last few years of high school. But yeah, not really.
Okay, so like you have to put makeup on, like you're
like cake it on,
like you're a clown, basically, because that's just stage lights. Like otherwise, you look washed out. So I did it. I did her first kind of big makeover with eyelashes and eyeliner and foundation and highlighter and things I don't even know. I was like on YouTube trying to figure out how to do. And she looked 30 years old. She looked gorgeous. I was like, and it was, chilling vision of things to come.
I was going to say, that must be quite, as her mother, you're like, well, what have I done?
Yeah, because, she's still in that, I don't know what it is, but like every child goes through like an 80s phase, or at least little girls, where you just like, you're like, that blue eyeshadow is what needs to go on my upper eyelid, like.
And a lot of it.
So she's just been in that. And so this was the first time that she had like all the full, but it was like so heavy that I was like, okay, she doesn't need makeup. She's gorgeous. She's
of course.
Yeah. She's like she has like, I remember, I don't know if my mom is listening to this or not, but my mom, like, I would be in like high school and she'd be like, you need to put lipstick on. You look dead. And I'd be like, okay. And that goes through my head a lot. like, I'll look in the mirror and I'll be like, Beth Martin, you aren't wearing lipstick and you look dead. So I make a point to not say that to the kids, but they're also like, they're just born with like lips that, you know, are pigmented.
That's nice.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. So that's a long story. Yes. Please tell me about your...
I have a question. I have a question, which is, what kind of dance was it? Like, what was the...
I mean, it's probably, I would say it's like a mix between... How do you explain musical theater? Kind of jazz. I would say jazz.
I see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I understand.
But it was three. It was a three. She had her dance was like 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and then.
And was it like collectively, or was she doing it by herself?
It was collective, but it was like all of the classes, and all the class. So it was 3 hours long. I know. Andy's just shaking his head, side to side. Anyways, okay. But really, let's talk about soccer. Because that's FIFA soccer, which is happening right now in the States. And by that, I want to actually talk about the thing that is like my FIFA, which is the Lincoln Memorial Reflection Pond debacle, which is happening right now in Washington, D.C. And Trump has like tried to make this memorial that I've sat at many times, you know, like a blue swimming pool, and it's basically it's filled with algae now. The paint is peeling because he bid it out to his friend for like $14 million, like paint this 2,000 foot long pool blue. The ducks are dying. Everyone's like putting up signs now on the overpasses of the freeway saying like Trump can't even beat the algae. Everyone's like, it's a one-cell organism, and now this is like where we're at. And so
even that's beating him.
It is. They put up AI security around the perimeter because an Olympic. This is like the daily news on this is so good, and I'm like super excited about FIFA 2. It's so exciting that people are winning football games, but also like every day. So this 3-time Olympian canoeist was like, I'm gonna just stick my hand in that reflection pool and touch that piece of paint that's peeling. Has been arrested. It has to pay a super big fine. Might be a felony. So it's just like, and now the ducks are dying, and so every day it's like another picture of this. And I'm not happy about the ducks, but it's just this is just the metaphors that are just pouring out of this. Sorry, I'm being like
I have been following it a little bit, like only because I like occasionally kind of watch. I normally watch at least Jon Stewart's Daily Show entry every week because I find it very entertaining. So I have been kind of following this story a little bit, and it is kind of insane. Yeah. Like it's, you know, I think you're right. You know, for something that is like, obviously, Laminic is a water feature, and it's something that people enjoy.
Yes.
But it really is, like you say, so kind of emblematic of all of the shit that he does. Like, you know, the fact, like you said, the very fact that like the person who's doing the job, like, I mean, you know, immediate corruption, like you're supposed to, and things like that, put out a tender and get people to apply for it, but instead it's a Republican donor, a big Republican donor who got the frigging gig. You know, blatant corruption. They've done a fucking terrible job, and now they're paying for it.
You should look at, and like, there's a photo of this dude floating around, and he looks like I've seen. Have you seen it? And like there's a woman next to him in the photo, and I know who it is because I watch Bravo and Real Housewives. Because I'm...
Oh, really?
Yes, it's one of the Real Housewives. And she was like, I took a photo of him because he looks like a villain. And I was like, he totally looks like the Penguin.
People were saying like he looked a bit like Gomez Adams. And then there was a picture of him actually dressed up as Gomez Adams at Halloween one year. So like, yeah.
I love that you're hip to like the things that I'm into.
It's just, you know... But like, I mean, so many of the people like surrounding Trump do kind of either A, are cartoon villains, or B, resemble cartoon villains.
Absolutely.
Like, it's alarming because they're actually doing villainous stuff, but still it is kind of insane how blatant it is.
At some point this is going to become like an animated comedy.
Yeah.
Far in the future, like 250 years at our 500-year anniversary of our country, of the United States of America. Anyways.
Yeah, we'll see.
How are you? How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. What have I been doing? I've seen Disclosure Day since last.
God damn it! I wanted to talk to you about this. What's your take? What's your take?
I enjoyed it,
okay.
And I can see why some people don't enjoy it. I think that...
Would I enjoy it?
The online reaction... I think you would.
Okay, cool.
I think the online reaction to it makes me think maybe I need to get offline forever because like people are just being so fucking insane about it. And... But like, I think I can understand why people don't like it. I can understand why people do. But I think the discourse is awful. And... but like, it is a flawed movie and it requires a lot of, suspension of, disbelief, or is that the right word? Wait, yeah, anyway. But like, you just gotta lean in. You just gotta like roll with some things,
Like Indiana Jones's giant ball.
Exactly.
Just let it come.
Yeah, and I feel like the story's propulsive enough that it doesn't super matter, but like if you really dial into it, there's some really dumb shit in there. But like I liked it, and I think that like even for the most part, even a bad Spielberg film has some really cool moments in it.
Absolutely.
It felt very old fashioned in a way. Like it felt like a very kind of like an 80s kind of movie in terms of how it's structured. So definitely worth a look, I think. But yeah, it's really interesting to see how people react to like a Spielberg film in like 2026.
It's been a while. What was the last one that he made that he like?
See, the problem is that like a lot of his other Fabelmans, a lot of his other films have really been impacted by COVID lockdown. Fabelmans was hobbled because it was at a time when streamers were like, this movie's going to be streaming in 2 weeks, so nobody went to see it. Also, I think that like his West Side Story is absolutely fantastic, and it was completely crushed by COVID and things like that.
Sexual assault. Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, yes. By Ansel Elgort.
Yeah. Yep. Who is filming a movie right now. So, yeah. I mean...
Of course he is.
Yeah.
Hey, they all are.
I know!
Jared Leto continues to work.
I know!
He was in friggin' Masters of the Universe.
I came home and I was like, who is the voice of Skeletor? And I was like, fucking Jared Leto. I think we talked about this. Anyways, yeah.
Yes.
What else?
So nothing much else exciting apart from that. I did finish up my Game and Grow, my last kind of Game and Grow for the year. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, I've been doing like this thing where I go into schools and play board games and stuff with kids.
It's bigger than that. It's like he's teaching children how to like, in a digital age, what is it? Toy Story 5, where we're at.
Sure.
Which is whatever, you can Google it, but like kids don't know how to interact anymore.
Yes.
And they don't know how to deal with feelings, and
yes.
So Andy goes into schools and
kind of helps them with that. And like it's been good. Like, I mean, this is my first year doing it because I had been doing it prior to this with my dog. So this is a year of me doing it without her, and it's still been going great, and we're getting great feedback. So it's been...
Meaning it's not Andy and his dog playing games, it's Andy and his dog going into the schools and playing games.
Yes. Yeah. She was a...
helper. Teacher's aide.
Yeah, helper. That's a teacher's aide, yeah. Kind of. A very piss poor helper, to be perfectly honest with you. But yeah, so that was interesting. It was kind of like bittersweet in a way, kind of wrapping that up. But it's been nice. Also nice because like sometimes it can be quite high energy to do those days. But like it's good. It's good, and I'm glad it was successful for the year. So yeah. But yeah, I think that's all I have for What's a Crack. Do you have any What's Occurring for us?
I do. So we've got several people that are... we're like a little screamy, not at me, but at you for thinking that Marcia Gay Harden was Neve Campbell.
Okay.
In your birthday present unwrapping, unveiling, or whatever, unboxing. Whatever they do on YouTube, the people. But also, as a result of that, we've got lots of requests to watch some Neve Campbell movies. Listed, I'll add these to the list. I haven't yet, but Time to Fix. So it's someone quoted me, which I said we've watched no movies by Neve Campbell, and they said Time to Fix That, Scream, The Craft, 54. Is that Studio 54? What is 54? Wild Things, Make It Happen, Captain. So, aye, sir. I'm the captain, I guess, so I don't say that to you. You say that to me, but yep.
Okay.
Yep, I'll add it.
I mean, like, yeah, sure. I mean, like, oh no, I'm not going to say anything.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely,
Okay.
great idea.
Okay.
Thanks for the suggestion.
And there were also
everybody.
some, like, comments about, like, which DVDs are worn out on your end, but I'm not going to get into that. So.
Okay. This is why I'm so glad I have nothing to do with social media. Okay.
Also,
So.
I have to give a shout out to my husband's administrative team, who apparently are all now following and listening to our podcast.
Oh, wow.
So,
Okay. Hi, everybody.
Steve, I really love golf. I love it.
She does. It's golf all the goddamn time these days. Yeah.
And you're right. The ball machine is always broken. So, hey guys.
It's not to do with Beth's EMP
right.
field, natural EMP field that we've discovered.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
My magnetic pulse, which has been pulsing lately. I should start documenting this. I need to bring blogging back, and I'll be like, again, it happened again today, and like someone's computer didn't work.
When he put you into a Faraday cage or something like that.
I just wanted to make the lights change green. Always. Okay. Can we make that happen?
We keep working on that. Yeah.
I've never thought to manipulate it, so maybe I'll start working on it. I'll let you know how. Well, you'll see it.
Just reread Firestarter and get some tips.
Yes, I actually love that book. I had all the Stephen King books, and then I donated them or tried to sell them. Anyways, okay, we have things to do.
Yes, we do. No! So we're done with.
Nope. Yep.
What?
You go. Do you have a dim? Sorry.
Okay, we're done with what's occurring.
Yeah.
And we are going to get on to our subject of the week, which
we're not. I have a clear.
We're not?
No, I gotta back you up. I'm sorry.
All right.
So we have a clarification station in episode 35. Apologies. This is Raising Arizona. I called Holly Hunter Helen Hunt.
Oh, really?
I did, and I didn't pick it up, and I wasn't corrected by you, so this is an us note, I think. Apologies to both Holly Hunter and Helen Hunt. Thank you, Becca, for letting me know that. And we accept your recommendation of watching Quarterback Princess by Helen Hunt at some point. Andy's giving a I don't know face.
Not under advisement.
Okay, now we can move on to our main topic.
All right. Perfect. Let's move on to our subject for the week, which is Dazed and Confused, the second movie in our summer movies season.
Happy summer,
I guess. So let me just start off by saying the perfect movie, 10 out of 10 masterpiece. And yeah, we can just wrap up here.
Yep. Great talking to you. And even wore a tank top for this episode. So we'll see you guys. Bye.
Yeah, it's bye.
Go to our website.
JK, guys. It was just a great joke. You may have noticed there's probably another goddamn 40 minutes in this podcast. So strap in. We're just going to talk
about whatever we want. We're going to talk about algae.
Yeah. And FIFA. No, we're not. Absolutely not. So yeah, I mean, it's interesting. So this film and the film that we're going to cover next time, I both have interesting connections with them. Or, they're meaningful to me. So this film, me and a group of friends, some of the guys that listen to this podcast, we used to play either this or Swingers as we're getting ready to go out for a night out.
Yep.
So we're just having a few beers. People are getting changed, having showers, dipping in and out. And they're perfect movies for that because it's not like there is a through line to them, yes, but they're more about like hanging out, spending like little blocks of time with people. So this was something that like I have seen at least partially many times.
I will say I understand the thread between this and the movie that we are going to watch next week. Because same.
Because they're, you know, summer, like the one next week we'll get.
But it's like one of those movies. But it's one of those movies that like you just like. There was a Dazed and they came out around the same time, around 93-ish.
It's true.
Yeah, I think but there's something about this movie, that you just kind of. I mean, it doesn't have a plot.
No.
Generally, but it doesn't matter when you come in or out. Like something's happening and it's interesting, and I can see you just kind of float through it.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's like, and it's just perfect to dip in and out of. I mean, there is a through line, but like it's not super important, you know, and it's more about people hanging out and spending time together, you know, in good and bad ways, but like it's just, you know, it feels so kind of authentic to me. Like, you know, somebody who obviously hasn't lived through that sort of thing, it does feel like you know, a kind of like an authentic kind of slice of life from that kind of time. I do have questions, specifically American related questions.
I have questions for you too about your experience. Later. Yeah. So it's the movie. It's called Dazed and Confused. I watched this a lot with my best friend Becca in college, especially. And it's just like I have it on DVD. I watch it once a year kind of thing. So, not to give anything away, but, you know, I've probably seen it a lot. It's just one of those movies you've just seen it a lot. Like the intro song is so good. Like, it's like a slow-mo intro. It just like puts you there in that place, and you're like so well.
It's sweet emotion like kicks in, like the film starts and you're like, oh, I'm all in for a good time.
Yes. And it's like, I hear that it's because of this movie that I love that song so much, because it just makes me automatically like, I don't know, I just want to chill the fuck out and be as cool as possible. So I just I love the character development in this for each character. Like, you could feel not the weight, but the depth of every character being, like, deep. And I'm sure that had to do with the director, but, I
think, you know, like, despite, like, it's so true, and despite it being it feeling like a fairly kind of loose hangout movie, a lot of nearly every character, like you say, has an arc and like changes throughout the course of the film. Yes. And like the film takes place over a day as well. It's kind of staggering.
24.
You know?
It's like 24 hours or something.
I'd say so. Yeah.
The soundtrack is epic, which we'll get into. Also, it's just like a time, like as an American, I'm like, wow, they had lockers in schools back when that was a thing. I remember that. And then I was like, Andy, that was like, like, did you guys have lockers?
We had lockers, yeah.
Aren't lockers still a thing?
No, and it's something, because I just assumed it was. Very funny, I had this conversation recently with some of my students, and like, they were like, no, we haven't had lockers ever, and then they're just not a thing anymore. And I'm like, what do you do with the books that you don't need? And it's like, we just carry them around all day. And I'm like, that's insane.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, you're backpacking at school. You don't get to camp. There's no fire. There's no camp songs. You're just, you know, carrying heavy books. Yeah. I think in our country it happened because we've had so many school shootings that we don't even report them anymore. Like, it doesn't make the national headlines, but but it's kind of a weird thing. And like, even in elementary school, they don't have cubbies. They just hang their backpacks outside on this like rack.
I mean, like, I think
I love the word cubby. Cubby
is a great word, actually. Yeah, it's lovely. It should be used more often. Yeah, I think, I mean, like, all I've got is really conversations with students and stuff like that I'm working with. But like, I remember like we would have like I believe you would have the same like full length lockers, like really tall ones.
Yeah.
And it was brilliant because like, you know, somewhere to store sports equipment and things like that. And I think, which is so kind of, you know, necessary, honestly.
Like decorating it, being like, what am I going to put in my
Yeah.
locker? Should I put a mirror? Or like a picture of a girl? Or like, I just remember like walking by some girl's locker and she was just like slathering on foundation on her face in her mirror. And it's just like, yeah, there's generations that just never got to be slammed into the lockers.
No, that's true.
Or like trying to
I do remember,
fit inside one.
I think that was it, wasn't it? Like, I mean, like, I remember people getting locked into lockers.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably why it was like, these have to go, you know,
probably.
which is a shame.
I know. All that storage.
Exactly.
So who directed this? Sorry.
So, Richard Linklater is the director of this movie. Possibly
Oh my God.
the defining.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Possibly
Have we
the
seen
defining...
any of his stuff yet?
I don't think so.
Okay. We've talked about some of his other movies.
Yeah, we have, because like I've been talking about
Boyhood.
because I think last year I did, or sorry, at Christmas there I watched all of the Before movies and have been raving about them.
Yes.
You know, but he is possibly the defining Gen X filmmaker. I think. I mean, like in terms of what his movies are about, I really think he kind of is interested in that. Like, you know, there's talk of like essentially whenever a movie I've yet to see, and I really need to rectify this. Whenever Slacker came out in the early 90s, it kind of like was the launch of a kind of new type of film, you know.
I think I have seen that, but well, I think if it's
I need to. It's supposed to be I've loved nearly everything else of his I've seen, so I really need to make the effort to watch it. But he's had a fascinating career. And like has really kind of experimented with filmmaking in a way that, I mean, like obviously there's plenty of experimental filmmakers, but how he experiments with film is really fascinating. He's primarily interested in the passage of time. So things like the Before trilogy, which were made over 20 years, Boyhood, which was filmed, I believe, over like 10 or 15 years, about like growing up decade. He is currently working on another project that is not due to finish filming until 2040.
Are we gonna be alive? I hope so. We will.
Yeah,
we will.
Probably. So yeah, but like I mean, so his career highlights, I think, in terms of the ones that you would know, would probably be the Before trilogy, Boyhood, and School of Rock. School of Rock was obviously a really big one for him.
Didn't he write that for Jack Black?
No, Mike White wrote that movie.
Okay. So,
Mike White, who's the guy that has done
White Lotus.
White Lotus.
I just bought my friend. Did I tell you this? I bought my friend there's this artist that I love. Everyone should follow this person. They do like White Lotus, some Bravo TV stuff, but their handle is called Drunk Drawn. Have I told you this? Uh-huh. I should send you a copy of what I bought. I'm going to send it to you right now. Anyways, so Drunk Drawn, it's like caricatures kind of. But I did it. I sent her one. I got it printed on canvas. And it's a Piper Posey from the last season of The White Lotus. And she's just like drowning in water, surrounded by little like clownfish. And she's like, tsunami, Piper, no. And it's so fucking funny. Hold on, I'm sending this to you.
Rocks.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, she's one of the things I wrote down is Parker Posey is a force of nature.
I know, and she's in this movie, so yes, here it's coming your way, and you'll understand. Like this is so good. Anyways, so yeah, I'm very impressed with him as a director. I didn't know much about him, but then I took a quick peek, at his filmography. I try not to do that because this is your section, but. I was just like, holy shit, he's done everything that, and then I was like, like all of the movies that I've seen by him, like lumping them all together under him. I was like, this absolutely makes sense. Okay, so this is, he also wrote the screenplay for this. So he wanted to capture, I'm going to quote him, capture the moment-to-moment reality of being a teenager. I wanted to make this teenage rock and roll spree. I knew I wanted the story to take place on one day in the spring of 1976. But at one point, it was too much more experimental. The whole movie took place in a car with the characters just driving around listening to only ZZ Top. I know. So Lee Daniel, who was the director of photography, said that, I'm going to quote him too, it would have been 2 shots, one of a guy putting an 8-track of ZZ Top's Fandango, and one of the guys driving around talking. The film would have been the length of the actual album, and you'd hear each track in the background as a source, right? Eventually they were like, no, let's do different points of view. So then he started like creating this actual script. It took him a month to write it. And like Universal liked this concept that they fast track production. So they like, I just saw Project Hail Mary. So this would be like a Hail Mary for a movie. They hopped 30 other films to make this, which is like, it takes a long time to make a film. And if there's 30 other people in the queue, like, I don't even know what that looks like. Anyways. So he also based many of the stories off his own experiences. So he grew up in Huntsville, Texas. And so many of the personalities were actually lifted from classmates. And I'll talk about that more when we get into trivia. Because people like to sue.
Oh yeah. I know a little bit about the whole thing with Sean Andrews in particular is really kind of
I don't know that.
fascinating
What is that?
and grim. Okay, I'm gonna talk to you about
cool.
that. All right, I'll just do music and then we can like talk a little bit, more generally about the movie.
Okay.
So there was no composer for this film. Instead, Linklater, and I think like what you're talking about there, he is so intertwined with music, and he just instead picked a selection of tracks, 70s kind of like tracks, that kind of like, I think for him were emblematic of like 70s America. And I think it's like a wonderful collection of stuff, and it's not like limited to like any sort of particular genre. Just uses some really cool stuff, like even like some really naff choices whenever they're like having
naft means like, is it like silly or daft?
Cheesy, bad. Okay. Yeah.
Naft.
So like, no, naff, Naff.
Naff.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like Love Hurts whenever they're having the junior ball love and they're like slow dance.
Love dies or bleeds.
So fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's it. So it's like no composer for this, just Richard Linklater picking tracks that he likes.
I just wonder what like hanging out with Richard Linklater and like Cameron Crowe would be like.
Yeah, I think they would be chiller dudes. I mean, like,
maybe it's happened.
That'd be interesting. I'm sure it has.
Lads, let us know. Has. Let us know if you guys have hung out.
If you guys want to come on and talk about a movie.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yep. Or like your music tastes.
So, my first question to you is, obviously this is well before your time, but see the whole thing about people making paddles and then paddling younger. Is that something that actually happened?
Okay, so this is... It's funny, like, I didn't even think about that. I mean, it's more like hazing here is a thing.
Sure.
It's a thing. Painful hazing here is a thing. They're trying to get ahead of it and in front of it. I would say, like, it's more... Like, if you guys have seen... oh my god, my brain is... We're recording early my time, you guys, so I apologize. What's the one? They're in college, and it's like... Thank you, sir, may I have another? What is wrong with my brain? Everyone's screaming right now. Animal House. Animal House.
Yes.
So it's like Animal House, like fraternities with the paddle, like that's more like high school is kind of, or like middle school into high school is like less of a thing for hazing, but I was hazed in high school when I joined the thespian club. And there was this, it's like a thing. No one paddled me, but like I had 3 hours of psychological torture.
Like,
Is that not a thing in
like,
your country? Like, no.
I mean, like, probably there is in, like, certain societies and stuff like that, but nothing I really want anything to do with. And, like, it just feels like a way that will, like, you know, it's not... I don't know what kind of good outcomes can come from hazing, right?
It's a weird... I mean, and I've had hazing light, right? Like...
Sure.
But it's definitely... I don't know why. I guess if anyone wants to do a deep dive on this, I might.
On hazing. It feels like one of these things that like happens and people are like, well, of course we haze people, and nobody really goes, but why?
Yeah.
It's just like, well, it's no why. It's just we've always done it, and it's like, but why?
Yeah.
Why do you? Why? Maybe it's time to change. I don't know, because there's a whole thing with I don't know if you know the John Hamm story.
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
I do.
And like, so like, it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts, and it's just kind of insane to me. I am quite sure there are things like that in this country, in the UK, and I'd say probably, especially in the more like upper class kind of societies and things like that, there's bound to be.
Yeah, that was my question. I was like, I wrote it. This is like the level at which I was unaffected by it. I was like, did your country have any end of school year rituals?
Yeah, so the one that because we talked about this before for something else. So not really, but whenever something that happened when I was in school and still seems to happen because I've seen kids who do it, is that you get one of your school shirts signed.
Oh yeah, that's just sweet. That's so sweet.
Yeah, so like just basically everybody signs your school shirt. You've got a school shirt with everybody's signature from your class on it, right? Uh-huh. And that's the only thing that I really remember happening.
Okay.
I don't know how common
there wasn't
that is,
like
but it seems
senior skip day. So like there was a day that all seniors would like skip school and like go to the beach or whatever, or go see like a movie. And then there was like senior camp out where everyone would be like, we're gonna tell our parents we're sleeping over at the other kid's house, but we're gonna end up in the woods like partying.
It's interesting because like the other thing as well that I've been thinking about recently is that we don't really have reunions either. You know, like I'll leave high school.
I think that's okay. I just went to Mike's reunion and it was like the saddest thing ever. I was like, I don't think I'm gonna go back to this. That's not true. Like people that were there are listening to this. It was great to see everyone, but it's just like you could see. I mean, I think it was their 30th anniversary. It doesn't matter. 30th. Really? 30? Or is it 20? I don't know.
It could be 30.
I think it was 30. Because Mike's older than me. Anyways, it was just, it was, you could see some people just didn't do the things they wanted to do. Anyways. So yeah, there was, and we always did that there was a senior prank. So there was this big, like, they called it the fish bowl. There was like a big, I don't know, a like glass, what would this shape be? Concave.
Concave, yeah.
They, like, dome in our high school. And I remember, like, one year someone, like, put water in it and filled it with goldfish. Like, they would do stuff like that. Or, like, toilet paper the school. Like, there was always, like, a prank day where the seniors would all kind of, like, get together and do something stupid. You guys, yeah. So it's a thing. It's a thing.
Okay. I also love the other things. Sorry, I'm just going to go through the other things that I thought were fun to talk about. I have a specific question. So, like, I love the making bongs in wood class.
Yeah.
As well. Just the teachers just sleeping there is magic.
I mean, pottery class, like, that would be a thing here for sure.
Yeah. The other one was, so the story that I wanted to get to, is basically, right, so Sean Andrews, who played Kevin, so he's the one who's dating Mila Jovovich's character, right? Mm-hmm. So he was supposed to have a much more prominent role in the movie, but do you know about this?
A little bit.
So, I got a hint. He was supposed to have a much more prominent role in this movie, and which was diminished, and a lot of the stuff that he was supposed to do later on in the film was given to Matthew McConaughey, and they think that's one of the reasons why kind of Matthew McConaughey was launched to stardom, like, because he is fantastic in this movie.
He steals the show.
But essentially, at the time of filming, this guy Sean Andrews was 21, and he was actually dating Mila Jovovich in real life, who was 16.
I think they got married.
They did. He took her to Vegas. They got married, and her parents forced that to be annulled essentially. But he was apparently kind of a pill and kind of hard to work with, and really didn't like bond or kind of like try to even make friends with the rest of the cast or like have any sort of real connection with them. So like that, and also and him being a bit of a creep, and more than a bit of a creep, and also like not bonding, just got him like basically pushed out of the movie for the most part. And I'd say all his kind of stuff was given to McConaughey, which is, you know, wonderful because he is a delight in this
Sometimes the universe just gives us gifts, and
right
in the form of a pill. I love your like a bit of a pill.
It's not a word we use over here, but I was like, Beth will understand.
Yeah, totally. I wrote down because they refer to like, what do we do? Oh, you just drive around, and like on a Saturday night or whatever, you just like drive around and like see who's driving around, and that's true too. That was like, I think people do it less now because everyone has smartphones, so no one does driving around. But it was like, I don't know if you ever saw American Graffiti. That was the same type
I've never
of
seen
thing.
it, but yeah,
like you just kind of get in the car, and I like college, like I didn't have this kind of experience of like an all-night party or whatever until I didn't do that in high school, but in college I definitely had this type of day, I would say.
I think like, you know, it's something we would probably do as well when I was younger, you know, driving around a wee bit, because like especially when you had access to cars, it was an easy way to like get out of the house and like spend time outside of the house. So it would definitely be something that we would have done as well. Yeah, for sure.
My best friend had this little Subaru Justy, which everyone should Google it. It's like it's a tin can car. There's nothing to it. It's an engine and seats. And his name was Ed the Flying Red Racer. Nice. And she would launch that on the hills and you would get air.
Nice.
Yeah. It was a good car.
Another question I have for you, and I was trying to remember this, like, in this movie, 18 is the age for drinking alcohol. When did that change?
It depends.
Or is it state by state?
It was, I think it's, I don't know if they changed. Good question. So our country just has a hard relationship with alcohol in general. We had the whole prohibition thing where they were like, no,
true,
none for anyone. I grew up in a dry county. There's still dry counties.
Oh yeah,
like, they're like
I encountered a dry county when I was out in Chicago.
Course.
Yeah,
or like even North Carolina. I'm sure there are dry counties there. So,
or Dallas,
but yeah, typically in most states it's 21 years old. So 18, I was like, that's interesting.
Yeah, because it was set in
70
California.
Everywhere. It was like that's the concept. It's like it's
It could be anywhere. It's like Springfield.
Yeah. Exactly. It's Springfield. So, favorite quote: "Wipe that face off your head, bitch." Parker Posey. Drunk Drawn, get on it.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck's hair when the paint falls on him.
Sure.
Was like, that's a mood. That's got someone gif that, whatever. GIF. It's a good one. And then I said there's no plot to this, but it's just like so easy to watch.
That's okay. I mean, like, it's completely fine. So do you have a cast member you associate with?
Oh, that's a good question.
Most of all?
I mean, the person I was or the person I wanted to be?
I think you could give me both of those answers if you want. I mean, like, which one do you think that you were and which one would you want to be?
Okay, I think I was probably, like, Adam Goldberg's character, Mike Newhouse.
Yes, yeah, that's gonna be mine is either a cross between him, which is Mike, and his friend Tony.
Yeah.
I'm like halfway house between those two guys is where I'm at as well.
Or like Marissa Ripsey, who plays Cynthia. Like that's I was more in that crowd of like, what are we doing tonight? Let's
let's play chess.
Watch Tetsuo the Iron Man again.
Sure.
But like, I would have liked to have experienced high school a little bit more, so I think I would go with like I don't know. This is hard. I would like. I'd like to be Clint Bruno, who's like running around smoking pot, punching people.
Yeah,
I only went with male characters, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, like, hey, there's some good male characters in it. I mean, like, for me, it's easy. David Watterson, Matthew McConaughey's character.
Oh, that's true. No.
Like,
That's my answer too. I changed my answer.
Yeah.
You can't. No, we can both be that.
Okay,
So it's like
fine.
that. There's so many lines from every line that he speaks in this movie has become infamous.
Yes.
And part of our lexicon, much like Shakespeare. So, I'm just gonna ramble through some names. Like, everybody's in this movie.
Okay.
Like Cole Hauser. I don't know if you guys have.
I know the name because I was looking at the cast list and I was like, oh, I recognize that name. Yeah.
He's in Yellowstone.
Stuff. Yes.
So, which is huge over here right now, as a show, and they're doing spinoffs. So, like Jason London, Joey Lauren Adams, Mila Jovovich, Adam Goldberg, Anthony Rapp, who also sued. Never mind. Let's talk about happy things. Cole Hauser, Ben Affleck, Parker Posey, Matthew McConaughey, Renee Zellweger. Like, everybody got their start in this, I feel like. Mm-hmm. And, a bunch of other people that maybe didn't take off. As the cast is just great. It's a great cast.
It really is. I mean, like, even the ones that, like, have smaller roles, like Slater and things like that, it's fantastic. I think, Jason London as well, like, playing... because he was like a real 90s guy who plays the lead character, Randall, like, who's like the through line with all of it. Like, he's awesome as well.
He's like that guy that was like, I was friends with everybody, and he actually he is. There were those people that are lucky enough to just be able to float from group to group, and everyone's like, yeah.
And he does seem like, I mean, apart from the fact that he's like cheating as a girlfriend kind of, like, he seems like a pretty good dude. Well, again, that's a pretty big mark against his name, but but like and also like Joey Lauren Adams, and obviously Mila Jovovich, probably her first sort of film role and things like that.
And then she got married.
It's just like,
so it's like, first movie,
met her husband,
met my husband there.
Wow.
Sorry, 16 years old. Absolutely. Like I wasn't even like, I don't even know if I was driving a car at 16.
No.
Anyways.
No. Wild shit.
I know. Imagine being married at 16, Andy.
Yeah, definitely not. Especially, as I say, at 16 apparently as well. Like, I don't think that was...
she couldn't even drink alcohol.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
Sorry. Okay, so common themes. Even though there's no plot, there's like, bigger themes running through the movie. So... I've been thinking a lot about, like, when we went to Stonehenge and it was just summer solstice and, like, these liminal... What was that? Oh, I was thinking about A Midsummer Night's Dream, because I'm going to go see that when we come and visit in a few weeks. We're going to go to the Globe and see that. And that whole play is about liminal spaces, right? This kind of, like, dreamlike thing and... Not thing. Space. And this movie feels like that to me.
Yeah.
Where, and I don't know, like, I woke up at 3:30 this morning and I watched the sun come up, which is not good when it's like 4:45 and you're just like, fuck. But also I was in that liminal space again. Yep. And it's not bad. It is a comfortable place to be. Like,
it is. So,
and also like these characters, like, they're all, not all of them, but, some are going from, like, middle school to high school, some are graduating and they're, they slap the paddles on the kids' asses and then they graduate.
Yeah. And
go out in the world and get a job with the city, apparently. But it's like, they don't know who they're going to be, but they're in that in-between place, kind of, like Bardo.
Yeah.
Rebellion and conformity, I thought, was in a thread in this, like, especially with the Randall Pink Floyd character. And then, like, every song that was picked, I think, was more than just, like, background music. A a lot of the song, like the first or second song is like "School's out for summer, school's out forever, school's been blown to pieces," right? And that's literally like what you feel throughout this movie. It's like, fuck school, we're doing shit. We're going to Aerosmith, top priority of the summer, right? So I thought those were, bigger themes.
I can relate to that being the top priority of the summer for sure.
It's mine. I'm not going to actually go when they're not touring, but...
No.
Ringo Starr was just here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just found that out. And I was like, would I pay for that? Probably.
I'm sure it's like small fortunes.
Yeah, it is a small fortune. I was... Yep.
Okay, so anything else you want to talk about? Like, I just, I think this film's absolutely fucking incredible. I could talk about it all day. I think what you were saying about it being like, you like a liminal space, it does feel like it transports you in a way that like so few films do. Certainly for me anyway. And I think like Linklater kind of is really good at that generally. I don't know if have you seen Everybody Wants Some?
Yes, I have. I didn't like it.
Yeah, because I think give it another go, because I think that I had such high expectations.
I did too.
For it.
That was my problem.
And I've since rewatched it, and I think it's pretty great. Like, I think it's just because I was like, I want more Dazed and Confused, and like it's a spiritual sequel, but it's its own thing. But I think it's really kind of wonderful in its own way. Definitely worth revisiting. Okay. But I think that he is so good at that. I think he really kind of like brings me into the place. Whatever it is, whatever the setting is, if it's the before movies or Boyhood or this movie, he is so good at like bringing you there in a way that I think a lot of other filmmakers kind of struggle with. Mm-hmm. And it's just, wonderful. A wonderful place to like spend a few hours. And couldn't recommend it.
That's exactly what it is. It's a wonderful place to spend a few hours.
It rocks. I love it so much.
Yeah.
So last question for you before we go into our final few sections is, you obviously remember my friend Cahill. Mm-hmm. So which Dazed and Confused character does he remind you most of, and why is it O'Banion?
Because of the Irish name.
No, just because of his general attitude. No, look, I'm joking, of course. This is not fair to O'Banion, and we should get into our final few sections. Okay.
You guys are working something out, I guess. Use the podcast for that. For vendettas.
We used to use O'Banion as a pejorative. Like, you're being a real O'Banion right now. Because he is such an asshole. He sucks.
He was on his best behavior for me, I think.
Yeah, he was. No. Cahill doesn't suck, but O'Banion does suck.
He fucking sucks. Okay, I've got a quote from Ben Affleck about O'Banion and playing O'Banion. Let me find it. Mm-hmm. Okay, so shit. Okay, well, here's another Ben Affleck. So in the book Down and Dirty Pictures by Robert Biskind, Ben Affleck, who plays O'Banion, claimed that in comparison to the other actors in the film, his career did not receive a boost as a result of his appearance. He said, "It didn't do anything for me. I was the only unlikable character in a movie full of likable characters. I was completely forgotten." And I'm like, no, dude. Everybody remembers O'Banion.
100%. He's incredible in this because he's such a believable piece of shit.
Yes.
Like, he really is.
Yes, you're just like, oh. Yeah, we've all had the O'Banions like going through our lives in, different eras, I'm sure.
Immediately a jerk, arriving with a paddle in hand, going, "Look, I have no gas in my car. We're gonna have to take your car." And it's like, you're such an asshole.
No, and like just failing out so he could just continue to kick kids' asses, and they had all of the characters got to like make their own paddles, but they had to work with like the creative department and the director in order to like really get it, but O'Banion said "fuck you," FAH-Q, and I think of that a lot. I'm just like, whenever I'm like, fuck you, love it. All right. He also complained that he shattered his ankle with the same cricket bat during shooting, and then finished the scene.
Okay. Yeah. Good man. Right. Okay.
let's get into our final few wee sections then. Too legit to fit. Easy one for me. It's McConaughey all day long. Only one fit, but it's fantastic. Tucked in t-shirt, pink,
Yes.
peach jeans.
Yes. Yes.
Like some really tight
Also,
pink
like-
jeans and this bitchin' necklace.
Also, his haircut.
Yeah, it's great. And Tash.
Yeah,
it's just
the whole
perfection
the
from
whole
top
thing,
to
and like we
bottom,
don't
yeah.
bring in hair as a fit very often, but I feel
No.
like it deserves an honorable
It
mention.
needs to be talked about.
Yes.
And no Andy's Animal Acting Award this week because I don't think there's any animals in it, sadly. So
No, I don't remember.
the only black mark against Dazed and Confused.
No pets.
No pets. Okay, so Beth, in terms of Dazed and Confused, would you revisit, remember, refuse, or redo?
We do. No,
Redo?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
How dare you?
I own the DVD. It's like my answer.
It's the easiest revisit.
It's so easy.
Of our career
Yes.
so far.
Yes.
It's an absolute dream. It's a wonderful movie.
Yeah.
It's perfection.
Please watch
I
it if
love
you
so
haven't.
much. Yeah, it's so good.
It's so good. And I was like, do I watch it with the kids? Are they old enough? And I was like, not yet, but like there will be a time.
Yeah.
Soonish probably. And
Yeah.
you know, we're raising them like it's the 80s, so their experiences are going to be really lame compared to the movies they've seen.
Yeah. It's true. Okay. So, Beth, what has been bringing you joy this week?
Okay, so we actually have someone else that wants to share their joy, and then I will share my joy. So we had someone actually write in. So you guys can do that, I guess.
Okay, I mean, we're finding out.
Yeah. So if you want to share your joy, I will read it. So our top fan friend said, I wanted to share what's been bringing me abundant joy this week, and it has been the reception, speaking of FIFA, and vibes the Scottish football fans have brought to and received in Boston. I'm not a football fan and thought maybe this notion of the Tartan Army being so fun and well-behaved was a bit of an overblown cliche, but I'm very pleased to have been proven wrong. The tragic comedy is we're really not that great at the sport itself, but our fans have the most ideological commitment to enjoying themselves and inviting everyone around them to have a good time, with the sole exception being England fans because fuck that lot. I've been enjoying clips of the state senators, the governor of Massachusetts, local bar owners, etc., praising Scottish fans and wanted them to come back every year. So good. And I actually did see a clip of a Scottish fan, and he was like, I changed my ticket. Boston's so great. I'm just going to hang out. And everyone's like, yeah. So, and I was like, of all the cities that Scottish people should go to where they'd feel welcome, it's Boston. So,
And I think, because like it's like a very kind of Irish town as well. So like, and there's Scots-Irish, there's a real kind of connection there. So it makes a ton of sense.
Yes.
You know?
So thank you, top fan, for sending your joy along. Mine, I had my friend Claudia visit. Andy got to meet her. She's from San Francisco. So she was here last week, and it's just fun to like have an in-house friend here.
Absolutely.
Hanging out. And like we had we've done Burning Man together, we've done COVID together. So it's like, you can live with someone and go about your day when you've gone through COVID. So it was fun. We didn't have COVID, we just hung out, but it was great. What's been bringing you joy?
So I have a book, like I've been working through like books. I had a big stack of paperback books that I've worked most of my way through this year. I'm really happy with it.
So impressed with you. I'm still
then I bought
trying to get through the book that I love so much, but I'm going slow because it's going to end.
Then I bought 3 more books yesterday, so but anyway.
Yes, were they all Stephen King books?
No.
Salem's Lot.
And so the book that I'm reading at the minute is one I've had for ages. It's called Moondust. And it is basically the author is, and this was written about 20 years ago. The author is trying to track down and speak to every astronaut that landed on the moon.
Wow.
And it's so interesting. Like, it's so cool. It's like such an interesting insight into like how this experience has changed them and like the directions that has sent them in. And like, also the reality of life after coming back from something like that and having to then become like a celebrity, even if you're like not interested in that at all. But like, you know, some of the guys have went into really interesting, really kind of like, so one of the guys, I can't remember the name of the foundation he created, but it was like an alternative kind of like science foundation. When he was going to the moon, he had agreed with 4 people on Earth, he didn't tell NASA this, that he was going to try to astral project one of his thoughts at a certain time and see if they picked up on it. So like, that's the sort of thing that he's interested in and the path that he has taken. So he's went very much into the like quantum physics realm, also like, you know, the idea of like, you know, parallel universes and all that sort of stuff. It's really interesting. And he's seen as the most out there of them all, but seems kind of very lucid and very kind of like, you know, very aware of kind of the impact this has had on him and why it sent him down this path. But yeah, it's a really cool book.
That sounds amazing. I mean, I just peeked at it. These are all true stories of actual astronauts.
His encounter with Buzz Aldrin is fascinating, and just like what sort of person Buzz is and like how he communicates is just really, it's such a cool book. It's really kind of like, because I've always kind of like at least had half an eye on space travel. It's always something that's really kind of interested me, and I'm really excited about the, you know, the attempts they're making to get to the moon again and like maybe go beyond. So it's just really kind of like lit that fire under me again.
To be an astronaut?
Yeah.
Okay.
When I grow up.
You're not allowed to go to space. How can we podcast from space? That's
true. All right.
Stop thinking about yourself only, Andy.
No. Okay. So next week, folks, it's a real energy shift. I've already said this to Beth. I was texting her about it. A real energy shift. We're going from chill vibes of Dazed and Confused to Falling Down. But you know, another quintessential summer movie for us all to enjoy.
It's, you know, it's you gotta just slog through it, people. Much like the algae that's growing in the Lincoln Memorial Reflection Pond. Sorry. To take it all the way back around.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay, Beth, can you tell everybody where they can find us?
movietestofTime.com. Yeah, send us your joys. Send us movie ideas, golf tips, all those things.
Yep. All the above.
Yeah.
All the above. Anything you want to send to us, send it through. Cool. In that case, folks, we have reached the end of our episode. And as always, we'd like to say goodbye to our rebellious and encouraging fans.
Yeah.
All right. We love you.
Love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.